what's called a drone in a box. So it's a specialist piece of equipment where a lid opens, given a weather window, so it's kind of talking to the Internet of Things and checking the weather station and some other parameters, and then the drone will go on a mission. This is already somewhat feasible today for quarries and mines and kind of semi-2D problems where you're just flying in open space in 2D. But for complex three-dimensional structures such as these, which are legally obliged to undergo visual inspection every year, these still have to be manually flown until the technology and regulations catch up with the demands of the work. I'll just show you a couple more things. So here in the detailed report that sits behind that data that's being presented in the 3D model, we have some detailed images. We're just going to the editable form of that report. I'll find an image which has got some corrosion in it. Apologies for the slow page loads. Okay, so I'll show you two things actually. This is quite a fun thing. So one of the things that we do here with our imagery, I'll just make that full screen. You can see this is a picture of an aeroplane fuselage, and I don't know why, but a colleague sent it to me as a screen grab from their video player rather than the actual image. But you can see that there's two laser points, and we detect the two laser points within the image using image analysis, and then we use that to scale the image. So because the laser point is recognized by the image, and I can now measure things within the image. So I know that they're 70 millimeters apart because we've calibrated them for the job. So if I roughly line between those two points, it's about 70 millimeters, depending on how accurately I have to draw the line. So being able to measure things within the image is a huge step forward, given the inaccuracies of GPS and things like that. So if I just if I go back and find another image with corrosion in it, let me show you this. And then there's the next step, of course, because when a drone is flying the other day, you don't just want to be creating terabytes of data that people have to sift through. They'll revert back to their process of years ago where they just got one batch of data once a year and they could manage it. So flying drones is only really just, it's a quicker way of putting up a ladder unless you're doing something with that data. So it's really, it's the Internet of Things is really part of, it's the cloud processing and the image analysis technology that really empowers drones to be useful. Otherwise, you might as well just use a GoPro on a selfie stick. So I've scaled this image manually, and what I can do is using some seeds. We're at the stage of training classifiers here. I can mark up corrosion and then get a quantification out. So you can pass back a version of the image which has the extent of the problem quantified. So if you piece that into the story where a drone in a box is taking off every day, systematically photographing the entire surface area, we stitch the entire thing together into an ortho mosaic, we pass every single image through we chop that back up into tiles, we pass every image into a corrosion identifier and quantifier, and when a drone takes off and lands every day, instead of producing just a media library, it's going to produce, it's just basically an update dashboard that says, here's the problems and this is how much worse they've got today, and therefore give you your priorities as to what you've got to fix. So it's a huge step forward for what is a very dangerous, expensive, invasive method of inspecting things manually. And drones are really, they're kind of saving lives and saving people hundreds of millions within our clients. It's really good fun work. And it's got lots of future potential as well with other problems that we can spot with thermal imagery. And we can use hyperspectral cameras to look at kind of crystalline structures in metal and things like that to try and see problems before they even occur. But yeah, there you go. There's my 20-minute time.
Excellent, thank you. Round of applause. This, in my view, is the very definition of boring and sexy. I cannot state how game-changing this is. You're looking at bits of oil rig and it's got corrosion on it. No, these are flying robots with machine vision and machine intelligence that are automating processes that currently take huge quantities of man-hours and putting human beings, in situations of high risk. People get killed doing this job. And if we can send, I don't like the word drone swarms because it's got very scary military connotations. And so let's call them flocks of drones. So they'll be buzzing around doing extraordinary things. And this kind of stuff is so sophisticated, but it's being applied to something which is essentially structural health monitoring, okay? But that translates into billions and billions and billions of dollars of value throughout many different heavy industries. So if you're a company operating in this market sector, obvious, payday waiting for you. There are big multi-gazillion dollar companies who need this product and service. So are you looking for investment? Sign me up, Colin. Okay, so we're going to move on quickly now, briefly to an audience Q&A. Do you guys want to come up to the front, just grab a seat, and we'll just do, and also let's open the discussion because you know that I like it. So grab a seat. That's what I like to do. So you're going to come up? Colin, if you can hear me.
Yeah.
Maximize your face on the screen and join us. So ditch your slides. Maybe shift towards the microphone because you guys don't have a lapel mic right now here. So that the mic feet pick up. There we go. That's better. All right. So sorry, I should be pointing this laser pointer blinding people in the audience. Somebody had a question and I cut you off rudely, and it was to Sergio, I think. Was that you?
This is me.
What's your name again?
It was since we flow.
What's your name again?
Paul.
Paul, that's it. Are you one of the hangback guys?
Yes, I was.
What? Oh,
Was.
really? You've quit now?
I quit now, yeah.
Okay, that's another story. Maybe another story for another time. I just want to talk about it now.
I still
Okay, go ahead, sorry.
I've designed stuff, anyway.
Okay, you had a question.
Well, it was the turbines, small turbines on the mammal. As it flows through the sea, it will generate electricity to power the batteries.
Yeah, that's a very good idea. Thank you for that. The only thing that is more important to us than energy for the electronic system is the energy that the animal has to sustain, has to waste to move. So we've been designing a new envelope for our tag in partnership with Plymouth University. We have a new envelope already. That's going to be on these tags in April, and adding something like that with the cable to the tag, it's an increase of minimum double the energy consumption in the animal. So the animal.
So it's not good for animal welfare, is essentially what you're saying. Okay, that is an important criteria.
That's the
That's going to be my question actually. Have you had any issues with animal welfare? Or perhaps people don't even know you're attaching these weird horns onto seals and that the animal welfare people are going to get onto you when there's more awareness of this.
Yeah.
Is that an issue as far as you're concerned?
It's an issue, of course, and everything is regulated.
Okay.
Everything is regulated. There are a number of licenses per year.
So you get spot checks from animal welfare associations? How does that work? You say that?
Yeah, they know the work we do.
Okay, so they're checking the weight, the size, the dimensions.
Yeah.
I see.
And also how the animals are captured, because they have to be captured. We need to put tags on.
Okay.
And most of them have to be tranquilized. Okay? And they are glued to that.
And the purpose of what? The animals, ultimately you're doing this for the ecosystem. So ultimately you are doing this for the benefit of the animals, right?
Yep.
Or no? What is the point of this research?
It's the benefits of the animals, to study the animals, to study the ecosystem, to find answers to questions that you can only answer with this kind of job.
So give us some examples and some breakthrough insights you've learned.
the wind generators off the coast of Scotland, there was no idea. First thought was that all the animals would swim away from the wind generator farms, big farms. But with this system, we got to know that they go there, swim around the posts and the water. And
So they like it?
Because the
Sorry, Karen.
the wind generator poles start to form biolife around biofouling, so all the fish go there.
So it's actually benefiting the
Yeah.
ecosystem.
Absolutely.
I actually saw a documentary on the BBC about that very thing.
Yeah, most of the sea is in fact sterile. Well, not sterile, but there's not much there. As soon as you put something there, it attracts a whole series of
Yeah.
different forms of life.
Exactly.
And that's what's happening.
Yeah.
Away from the shore, there isn't a great deal out there.
Well, they used to sink cars. You can see.
Yeah, that people make artificial reefs to try and attract rivers.
Yeah, I saw that episode of Grand Tour where they were chucking cars into, to try, literally disposing of car chassis and chucking them and creating these artificial reefs. It's amazing. And they cling on to the metalwork. And, sorry.
So, just a question. You were talking about LoRa. I don't know much about it. What frequency does that operate at?
You have, for Europe, for us in UK, you have 434 megahertz or 868 megahertz, and we are using 868. Smaller antennas, better penetration.
Thank you.
Patrick.
Okay, well, just a quick one to start. Blue whale, if you were tracking a blue whale, presumably you could put a pretty big transmitter on that.
We don't go for big mammals because the only way to attach is with invasive methods. And ethically, we don't want to do that. That's something that the team doesn't want to do. So unless someone develops a good enough suction cup that will stay for more than 2 days, that's the average, 2-3 days.